Survivors, firstly, know how to survive. They will do whatever they need to do in the moment to keep themselves and their children safe. And a lot of times what that looks like is staying, because it's also a fact that in a few weeks after you leave your domestic violence partner, your chances of being killed by them go up astronomically.
We were at a soccer game. His dad had come up behind us, but I didn't notice that. And he just went ballistic. He did not put his hands on me in public, but he was just yelling, he was cussing. Isaiah doesn't know what's happening, and so I looked at him and I said, Mama's okay, and then your job is to go play soccer. So you're gonna get up and you're gonna, go play soccer. And so he was like, okay. So he got up and he went, and his dad ended up going to the other side of the field. And that was a time where I was like, I don't have a choice. I'm going to need to get in order because I can't have Isaiah experiencing that.
Trusting and believing survivors is a part of their journey, and not overstepping boundaries, and in using the empowerment model that we have at the YWCA to help them in their next steps. With them making the calls is what we do best.
The day that I left, that I talked about, where my friend called the police and I went to her house, the police that came, they actually chastised me. Because I came from north of town, so I was in the county. I wasn't in Spokane. They told me how inconvenient it was for report reasons. And then the other question they asked me was nonchalant, like kind of talking down to me. Was he harming you on purpose? What I said was something along the lines of, well, I don't know if it was on purpose because I don't think he hurts me on purpose, but in the moment he's trying to control me and he's grabbing me and he's doing things to make it so I can't leave. Because I didn't say yes, it was purposeful, then it wasn't a charge. It wasn't anything they were going to look into. It was, well, if it wasn't on purpose, then, that's not a charge. And we deal with this with domestic violence all the time. And, if you guys don't help us, then, we can't do anything about it. And so, again, it was like on me. I can't imagine how many people they may have responded to like that, and how many people may not still be with us because they had a response like that. And that's why, all the advancements that have happened with the YW since back then, now that there's, a specific unit, attorneys and the officers and the Y, all working together, that makes me happy to see. I hope that it's working a lot more smoothly than when I experienced.
At the YWCA, we have what is called the Family Justice Center, and that is comprised of detectives from the Spokane Police Department, prosecutors, and also our legal advocates. If there is a call made out to a situation in which domestic violence has happened, there's almost always an arrest by state law. So the person that is victimized is put in contact with our legal advocates. If they're not ready to leave, we support them in that. If they are ready to get a protection order, we support them in that.
Especially in this time of COVID, that's been another thing that we've been talking about, is people who are in domestic violence relationships and now being stuck at home because of quarantine. If they are, who are our neighbors? And are we taking care of our neighbors? Are we keeping an eye out? Are we helping with resources? Not with telling on them, but with resources, what they need.
We are a part of helping relocate families, women, children, men on that level. So we try to work with them and partner to house and keep people safe. I'm passionate about it because I was a domestic violence survivor. And so it's important to me and to our business to help others that need that help. Shelter is a necessity for all of us. So it feels good to help those that really need it, that have either, been homeless or they're in that domestic violence situation. And when we're able to place somebody and we know that they feel safe, it's a huge blessing for us.